Next, we're going to talk about mixing and how to mix within the Pro Tools environment. Now here, you can see I have this edit window open, and I'm showing the automation here for this lead guitar. Let me close this up and go back to the mixer window. Now you see these are faders, of course, and these can be automated and mixed, as can the panning. And you can also automate the mutes, the solos if you'd like to, and we can also automate the plugins that are in the track. For example, this plugin and the plugin send. So this is the send here, and here's a plugin. I can automate the parameters of a plugin if I'd like to. And you see it right here. So these plugins can be automated. The sends here for the faders, the solo, the mute, even the pan here can be automated. And this allows us to get the levels in the mix to match intensity as the song progresses. So as you hear in most songs, they go from intro to a verse to a chorus to the next verse to maybe a bridge, then the chorus, and then the verse maybe, or even an outro. And the whole idea of most music is to try and start off with a very easy, relaxed in the beginning, or just a all similar intensity in the beginning, and to somewhat try to go to each next plateau as we move along in the music. And this essentially helps us to build up the energy in the music and to get the listener's attention, and to have this little road we're going on where it's a winding road. We go here, we go there, and it sort of keeps the music going at a pace that allows us to go up or down. And when mixing, my strategy generally is to try and enhance that and to make these peaks and valleys sound as though they are moving within the music. And how this happens is by changing and automating our audio levels. Or maybe you want to change our plugins. The EQ maybe. You may want to change the compression. You may want to change the fuzz wah effect on a guitar as it goes from, let's say, being a rhythm guitar to a solo guitar in that one track. And our whole idea too is that we need to make everything have almost that similar level, similar intensity sometimes. Like sometimes you'll be in a song and there'll be less material than there is before. Like here, for example, as we scroll through this song, I'll pull up this edit window for you. And you'll hear this is pretty much a track designed for almost like an intro to a movie or a quick commercial advertisement. And you notice here we have stuff that goes in and out. There's some parts that go in and out. Some parts are chopped up. Here's one intensity. Here's another one, which can be used for part of the score, repeat again. Here's another intensity here, where it dies off, and it goes to someplace else. So we have almost 3 different parts, maybe even 4, because you got a beginning here that's different. As I said before, the intro just starts off a little bit to get us involved with the song. So the purpose here is to try and get everything that comes in and out to still maintain the same volume intensity and to keep the energy going at the same time. And so what automation allows us to do is to do that. Now, we'll go back to this again, and we're going to show you some other parts here that you're going to be doing yourself in your own mixes, and this is what we have as automation. Now here, for example, I'll go to the top again, and you see this volume here where it goes up and up a little bit more here, and it goes straight from that point on. And this is automation of the fader. Now here I'll pull down. We also can have mute automation, where we can mute a section of this track. We can also change the panning, whether it's going to be left or right. And this is the panning automation setting. We can also go to our plugin where it says Lead Guitar Send A, and that's for our guitar delay. We can change the volume We can also change the muting as well. And we can also pan for the guitar delay. And you can see the information right here, and you can actually adjust this. As you see with a cursor, we can just go here and pull it down a little bit. That's a different level. Or we can grab a section like this. Let's say we're on a grid, and we want to do this particular bar, so this area right here we're going to cut down. Okay, let's do that. Let's say we want to go the opposite direction. We want to go to, let's undo that. We want to go up, and we go up to left. Or we can just drag it back down to right. Let's undo this. Let's grab the same section again. And let's just go move the whole thing down. So our ability to change this information over time as the song proceeds to the end or to the next section, or as the project goes to the next section, in case you're doing a film score or you're doing commercials or whatever, as you move along the timeline, we're able to change variations in the sounds, the pan. We can change and manipulate certain parts of the plugins. And that's what automation does. Now, for example, I'll go back to the beginning again. Here's his volume. And I'll play from the top. And you'll notice this fader where it says lead guitar. Automation has been put into the track. Now watch what happens. So you saw this fader go right up, and when I stopped it, it went back down. Because it went right back at the top, as you can see. So what happens is this automation comes in. As it gets to a certain section, I move the cursor there. You'll see that the fader's up there. I move it here. The fader's there. I move it here. It moves up a little bit more. I go to here. It's a little bit higher. So each section of this track, the automation for that fader has changed a little bit. And that's what we're going to do next. We're going to teach you how to use automation and the best way to use automation in your music.